one thing that kept us, really made us proud of what we did. It was protecting the American guys on the ground. Sometimes it's just flying over their bases at night so they could sleep, because when the bad guys would hear us, they'd go away. When I first got into a U model to fly it, the first thing I noticed is new. I was used to flying a much older airplane that had been through everything you can imagine, and now these were like brand new off the showroom floor cars. It was a big difference from what we were used to flying with the H model gunship. We could actually close the door. You didn't have air blowing in all different directions. It wasn't quite as noisy. The creature comforts alone, it was like driving a Lincoln versus an old beat up 55 Chevy with no doors. We quickly developed a liking for the airplane because of that.
It was pretty inspiring the first time we stepped on the aircraft, especially just knowing the history that all those planes had. I definitely felt like I was walking into something big and important, the first time I stepped on the aircraft. Just the smells. It smells like hydraulic fluid and gunpowder.
First time I stepped on it, I was like, this is where I wanted to be. It felt like home, felt comfortable. And so I enjoyed it, the entire time I flew it.
The first U model, they called it Big Ed because on the tail it said ED, Edwards, the tail flash, tail code, ED. But everybody called it Big Daddy. So it was not the first U model delivered to Hurlburt. What it was, the first U model. So it was the test and development bird. And it was out there that's the one I stepped on first when I went out there to Edwards back in '92.
AC-130U was very unique in military aviation. Throughout it, from test through training, through operational and combat, we had no combat losses, we had no training losses, we had no operational losses of aircraft or personnel. In a 25-year span, I don't know of any other airplane that can claim that.
All the people in my office, we always describe the gunship capabilities as a golf bag of capabilities. We can tailor the amount of force needed by adjusting the different weapons. The U model was the only AC-130 to work in Iraq, where the H model stayed in Afghanistan.
The AC-130U was instrumental in the success of operations in Fallujah and Ramadi and a couple other large-scale ground ops, cleaning out terrorist organizations in urban areas because of its long loiter capability, excellent nighttime vision, and then precision firepower. We could put rounds within 40 meters of the good guys and not hit them and take out bad guys, and the ground forces really liked that, especially at night. There was no other platform that could do what we did.
It's emotional when you see an airplane that you have flown in retire. The greatest thing is that I can go and sit down with people that I flew with 20 plus years ago, and it's like we have never been apart, right? So it's a friendship for a lifetime that you create with everybody in the squadron, and even the maintenance guys as well. There's a lot of those guys that I see and talk to. It's like, oh, I haven't seen you in 10 years. Doesn't feel like it. Just feels like you just haven't seen them for a few weeks.
I was glad to see that it retired because you know what? It earned its retirement just like all of us will, hopefully.
Kind of like watching, your grandparent go on the ground. It's like there was a lot of emotion attached to that airplane. Anybody that's ever flown it loves it. I mean, and once you've flown a gunship in combat, it becomes there's no other feeling like it. It becomes a part of you whether you want it to or not, and you'll never ever forget that airplane.